What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rocky review series. We are going to be powering through this week and next week, leading up into Creed 3. This is going to be my first time watching Rocky 3, and it's going to be a very interesting take. I don't know how the public really reacts to this film. However, I was really excited to check this film out because I really enjoyed the first two Rocky movies, and I wanted to see how this one was going to live up. In Rocky 3, we have Rocky who facing the ultimate challenge from a powerful new contender, and now must turn to a former rival to regain his throne as the disputed fighting champion. Now, I will say this. It's a bit of a step down, but I still enjoyed a lot of this movie. I really liked what they were going for in the first couple of minutes, where you have Rocky kind of just being able to enjoy the fame and fortune that he didn't really want in the second film. In the second film, at the beginning, he lost his fight, but he was really gaining a lot of popularity. A lot of people really wanted him for a lot of the advertisement group. And in this one, you kind of see that role reversal. He's really appreciating the win that he had at the end of Rocky 2. Really just going forward in life and trying to regain his step. He's trying to step back into the ring, whereas a contrast to the second one, he really didn't want to do anything with that life. This film, it kind of does a 180, and he is more focused on the fights in this film, and I really dug what they were going for. However, from what I've seen so far, I believe this is the shortest Rocky film. I may be wrong about that, but I think this is the shortest Rocky film, and you kind of feel that. Although I did enjoy most of this movie, and there were a couple of things that I really liked. One thing that I did not find anything wrong with the second film, aside from like maybe the second act of Rocky 2, the pacing in this movie is kind of a little bit more slower, and it kind of feels like a lot of things are rushed and brushed over to. You have Mr.T as Clubberlang, and he is just out there ready to destroy Rocky Balboa and ready to take that title away from him. And while he does that in the first act, I don't think they did a lot to really develop his character all that much, and I wasn't really able to get attached to this character. I feel like it was just a generic character that we've seen so many times. I kind of don't pity the fool with this guy. I didn't think that he was all that great. I thought he was alright. Maybe this is because this is my first time watching it. It might grow on me just a little bit. I wasn't really able to get invested in that character. I thought it was overacting, and Mr.T definitely is not a actor per se, but he does have the physicality of being threatening and vicious, and while at times he does come across that way, I really didn't feel it all too much, mostly because I feel like all of his lines were generic things we've seen before, and it just really didn't hone in as much as I wanted to. This movie does kind of still hold on to that little thing of having that relationship between Adrian and Rocky. He has a lot more to lose than he did previously, whereas now he has his wife and he has his kid. You see that in the opening montage where he's enjoying life. He's enjoying the married life. He's enjoying the family life. He's enjoying having all this popularity and a lot more jobs and a lot more opportunities. When it comes down to a specific scene that happens towards the middle, I'm going to get into it towards the end, so I don't really spoil it all too much, even though this film is 40 years old. Going to keep it very tame, mostly because this was my first time watching it, so going in, a lot of this was kind of new to me. After a certain point where I thought a lot of the emotions were there, and that scene was handled very well. Stallone comes in to write and direct this film as well, and I think he did a really good job. With Rocky 1 and 2, you can definitely watch it back to back, and it adds a little bit to it. It adds a little bit more to the characters. When it comes to a lot of these scenes, it just feels like the pacing is a little bit off, and it doesn't really get you anywhere. It opens up the same way that the second film opened up, with the ending fight being shown. I think you could have cut that out and added a little bit more to the pace. It does feel like Clubberlang is a bit underused here and there, and it doesn't really come off too strong. You could have cut out that opening scene where you have the ending shown to you of Rocky 2, and just started the film out with Eye of the Tiger with a lot of the montages. The relationship between Adrian and Rocky kind of takes a step back a little bit. You have Paulie starting off as this drunk who is jealous of Rocky, of his fame and fortune, of his success. Paulie really isn't having all that much success, and there is a great scene between Mickey and Rocky that I absolutely loved. It actually added a little bit, but once that scene takes a turn, I kind of feel like a lot of the magic is lost, and you do miss the presence of Mickey when it comes to the final fight. Film, you kind of see that budding relationship between Rocky and Creed, and it kind of felt rushed just a little bit, and it kind of didn't flow as much as I thought it was going to flow. And it just felt like it was just tacked on and rushed towards the end, just so we can have Creed and have that relationship, that friendly relationship between Rocky and Creed towards the end, and have him at his corner at the final fight in place of Mickey. And that just really kind of fell flat a little bit. Even though this is a step down, I don't think this is an awful film. I think they did a lot of things right that I actually did enjoy for the most part. Now we're going to be getting into that little bit of a spoiler that I did not want to give earlier. So this is your spoiler warning. Just be prepared. When it comes down to the death scene of Mickey, I thought that scene was handled great and it was very effective for the characters. However, once that scene happens and you still got about 40 minutes left, I feel like everything that happens after that feels a little bit rushed and uninteresting. I think there are a lot more pacing issues in this movie, and this movie is about an hour and 40 minutes, so it shouldn't feel that long. There are moments where it does feel rushed, and once that turn happens, it kind of loses me just a little bit, and I was not able to get really invested in a lot that was going on. But I still enjoyed this film overall. If you have not checked out Rocky 3, I would still check it out because I thought it was fine. There are things that they did right, and there are things that they could have done a little bit better. Those are my thoughts on Rocky 3. Have you guys checked it out? Is this your least favorite? Is this your favorite? Go ahead and drop those thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button, and go ahead and check out other videos that I have on the channel as well. Until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.